Good afternoon to all. Actually, all the times in various meetings and various board meetings, we are presenting uh, some specific things as per the agenda of the meeting. But this is the first time I think we are making a comprehensive presentation about some various kinds of major activities in which NESAC is currently doing in the field of water resources and hydrology, especially in the northeastern region. So before that, actually, it will be uh, logical for understanding of all little bit about NESAC. NESAC is a autonomous body under Department of Space, ISRO, Government of India, and it was established in 2000, almost in the year 2000. We are celebrating our silver jubilee year in the current 2025. Uh, we have basically there are 5 to 6 verticals in which NESAC is currently working. One of the major vertical is the application of remote sensing and GIS technology, which in short we call geospatial technologies. Second one is the atmospheric and space science. Third one is the satellite communication applications. Fourth one is the disaster management support program. We have a node, regional node called NERDRR, that is Northeastern Regional Node for Disaster Risk Reduction. And there is another vertical that is our capacity building program. So with these, our geospatial technology, that is the remote sensing and GIS application area, is having around 6 to 7 thematic disciplines like geosciences, water resources, forestry and ecology. At the same time, we have urban applications and regional planning and similar activities. So in the field of water resources management, today I'll be presenting for the benefit of the Brahmaputra board community few of the applications which we have completed almost more than 100 projects during our existence for last 20 years. So some of the major activities I'm going to present here. So one of the major activity is our river information system. We are, for the first time in the country, we have created a high. Then we have created a full-fledged river information system for Assam, and currently we have created the same information system for the remaining 7 states of the northeastern region, which is about to be published very soon. So in the Assam database is available in the riveratlas.nesdr.gov.in. I think some of our colleagues in Brahmaputra board are well aware about this particular information system, and it has been widely used by the Assam Water Resources Department as well as many other departments across Assam. So it is currently all the natural streams are a part of this particular database, and in future we are planning to create a second version of the irrigation canal also in this particular information system. So this is one major part. It is called the Assam River Atlas. So the maps were released by the then Chief Minister of Assam, and it was finally released by the Chief Secretary of Assam in 2021. And since then, the database has been used quite a lot. Another area of our application which we have sufficiently worked over all these years is the river morphology monitoring in the Brahmaputra. Mostly in the Brahmaputra main channel, we have done extensive work, but in the tributaries, similar works could be taken up if it is found to be essential by nodal departments like Brahmaputra board and other departments. So another activity is the decision support system for reservoir operation. This is a very much technical and a critical activity because you might be aware that as an example, I would like to tell the name of this our Ranganadi project. And most of the time we get in newspaper that the downstream Lakhimpur district has been badly devastated, and there is a blame game between the district administration as well as district administration as well as the dam management authorities. So that is why NIPCO approached NESAC and
Diganta sir, second
yeah,
slide, your then your next slide is not visible. Basically, it is still on river morphology monitoring kind of.
it is not
Whatever
visible.
is for reservoir operation, it is not visible. I think is a next slide probably.
Is it okay now?
Yes,
Yeah, I think this is in this mode only. It will be better that I'll be able to properly change the slides.
yes, yes.
Yeah, that's what. Okay. Okay. In this particular activity, I'll just explain very briefly what we have done. We have put a good number of automatic weather stations all across the basin of the dam inlet of the Ranganadi River Basin, and
Yeah.
in that one we have also installed 4 DWLR at 4 critical locations. The main objective of this particular exercise is that we should be able to, based on the rainfall, we should be able to tell the gate operation people to create a cushion for flood cushioning. They need to create certain capacity available before a upcoming flood wave because of the high rainfall, so that they have got sufficient amount of time not only to regulate the flow in a proper manner so that it doesn't create problem in the downstream. This is a very critical project what has been submitted to NIPCO, and based on the success of this particular project, we are also working for a similar project for Kapili hydroelectric reservoir. So decision rules have been created for this particular reservoir, that how much rainfall, if it is detected maybe 6 to 7 hours in advance, then what can be the flow regulation pattern that the dam managers needs to follow. So that is one important project which we have carried out for the towards the development of hydropower in the northeastern region, and slowly I think all the major dams of the northeastern region are will be having such a system in coming future.
So
Then
basically,
come to,
Diganta
is
sir,
there,
I have a question.
yes,
Uh,
yes,
Basically, just to go deep in this DSS for reservoir operation, basically Ranga Nadi
yes,
is a runoff river scheme
right,
and
right.
very less capacity bore. So how you are just you might be having a very little cushion to play with. So
Yeah,
it
actually,
is very interesting for me to know how the things are being managed. Basically, otherwise, of river schemes you don't know. During
yeah, yeah.
flood, it behaves just similar as a bridge and nothing else. Entire flood has to pass through the structure.
Mhm. No, no,
So
actually,
how
yes, yes,
kind
I
of
can tell you.
decision rules and other thing have been made because we don't have any storage kind of thing available, flood cushion and storage kind of thing. Very little storage is there, not
There
more.
is a pondage, yeah, pondage is less. Definitely, it is a runoff river scheme, but you might be aware or not, I don't know. There is
Yeah.
a interbasin transfer between Dikrong and Ranganadi in that particular reservoir, where
Yes. Yes.
if the all the 4 turbines, if they run at their full capacity, around
Yes.
160 cumax is done through interbasin transfer in the channel
Okay.
of Dikrong. So,
Okay.
so though it is having relatively less pondage than the full storage reservoirs, it is
Yeah.
still can manage the flow accordingly. So, our system is basically a combination of, it is a observed rainfall through automatic weather stations, and those rainfall we used to run through a hydrological model, and accordingly
Okay.
inlet hydrographs are generated, and based on
Okay.
those upcoming hydrographs, it is
Yeah.
decided to whatever possible pondages or cushion can be created on that particular pondage, and apart from that a similar discharge can be given to the Dikrong channel, provided Dikrong's own discharge is at a this one it can accommodate certain amount of interbasin transfer from the Ranganadi. That's how NIPCO is currently managing the high flow situations when the turbines are also running. At the same time, they are getting rid of the excess flows in both the channels of regulated flow in the Ranganadi channel as well as some intervention transfer to the Dikrong channel.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that,
So
yes,
maybe in position now to manage the flow at least. Earlier
exactly.
they were no information and they were operating the other things in very
That is what.
random.
That is what. I
Yes,
can.
obviously they have at least a good decision system.
True. 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 Yeah,
Okay.
there is another application which actually is little bit of a, what can I say? It is little bit of a confidential kind of a application right now, because we all are aware that China has now announced the construction of the dam at the Madoc County, that is the Great Bend, over the Great Bend of the Yarlong Sangpo. And now the government of India is giving focus on the accommodating those high flood discharges. There could be two kinds of a scenario. One is a deficit scenario, and the second one is a surplus scenario.
Yeah.
So deficit scenario is another thing that India is not much worried about, because our own basin is also delivering a lot of discharge to our river systems. So we will not go to starvation because of the deficit or because of the holding. There might be some problem in river navigation and all because of the reduction of flow, but we are more worried about the surplus scenario kind of thing. So that is why there was a request from the government of India through the Ministry of Power and that thing to find out some suitable sites exactly at the downstream of the our Tuting and all below, that if we can find certain good places to construct some reservoirs. And there a pre-feasibility kind of a study was given to us, and we have accordingly given certain assessment of some amount of capacity which will be possible for diverting the flow in case any large discharge that is anthropogenically released from the Chinese side in the future. So it will take time, no doubt. There are also nothing concrete has been done. It is only a, at present it is only an announcement, formal announcement from the transboundary side, but it will be a part of our preparedness for the future.
Yeah, basically, this study have been done on request of NIPCO.
Yeah, actually, it was not directly given to us. Somehow, Ministry of Power was involved, and accordingly, NIPCO is the largest organization of Ministry of Power in the northeastern region. So that is why it went to them, and they finally approached us to do a preliminary study. No doubt, this study is
Yes.
not yet supported by field surveys. It will have to be
Yes.
supported by field surveys in future.
So this project basically Upper Siang is being, I think, done. They are
Exactly.
feasibility report for this Upper Siang by NHPC is doing this, and sites they have selected so far. So
Yes.
basically they are in drilling phase. They have
Yeah.
started at the dam axis. So
Huh.
basically, what study you have done? Basically, the China. Suppose China is holding a lot of water there. 40
Mhm.
BCM water. If he is just creating some cascading dams and holding 40 BCM of water there,
Yeah.
because 60,000 megawatt power they are proposing to generate there. And for your information, as per media reports and others, they have already started the construction. They
Mhm.
have already started the construction. So now it is we will in a due course of time we will be able to see what kind of structure they are proposing. Basically, this simply diversion structures are there, or these storage structures are further they are diverting the this water of this Sangpo to their other provinces. That's the point and a question. Basically, the fear that the people of India are having is the using this structure as a water bomb, basically at a time of war and other thing. So suppose we have a Upper Siang project and already our project is at FRL, and suppose they open their gate, entire gates, so what will be the situation there? So because these need to be studied, probably I am not getting a clarity from this topic. What you have mentioned, assessment of available flood cushion in event of catastrophic flood flow condition. It doesn't give the clear indication whether we are considering the China flow also. Suppose they at the time of war and other things they completely open their gate and thus flooded it, try to flood entire this Assam and this lower part of entire northeastern region. So this is the study or something else you are trying to say?
No. At present, this particular study is only for finding out certain suitable places of submergence, so that some reservoirs could be created by putting
Okay.
the retention structures. Yes, as of now, but we have not done any hydrodynamic
Okay.
modeling of the what will happen to Pasighat and all these people if they release some huge discharges. That study is also in the upcoming phase. Some discussions are going on, so we may get involved in that kind of a study also in future.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Please.
I don't know. There is some problem, it seems. Yeah, now there is another study that is on hydromorphological feasibility for hydraulic structures. Actually, when this bridge construction was done at our major bridges for on the river Brahmaputra, then to find out from satellite remote sensing of some kind of a 20 years or 30 years continuous satellite data for time series data to find out the most perfect alignment for construction of bridges, and similar this particular study was done for river Brahmaputra. So accordingly, we gave around 4 to 5 different alignments, and one of them was selected at Udalguri Indo-Bhutan border, Khoirabari, including Udalguri and Rota bypass. So, that kind of a study is also we are doing by studying the temporal satellite data of the Brahmaputra River in moderate to coarse to moderate resolution. This is another application which NESAC has been doing for quite some time. And then coming to the rainwater harvesting kind of applications that we are working a lot in the basin scale in entire northeastern region to find out different places for water harvesting for putting check dams and to find out their area elevation capacity curve. And accordingly, more than 500 sites have been identified and handed over to various state governments. This has been done at the request of the Ministry of Water Resources as well through our ISRO headquarters at Bangalore. This is another application which I'd like to inform about. So coming to, we are also working on basin scale soil conservation through erosion management. We are mapping the gully erosion and all areas at various places at 1:50,000 scale and identified agricultural settlement areas surrounding the water bodies and erosion prone area. So this is a coarse resolution mapping which we have done, but those areas where government needs to take some action, then some areas are selected for even high resolution studies also to find out what kind of engineering interventions could be taken to address these issues of surface erosion at various places in the northeastern region. Then another area in which we are working is the reservoir siltation monitoring. You are aware that this is one of the major problem because of enormous amount of deforestation on the upstream areas, and most of the reservoirs are losing their capacity for quite a lot. So that is why even siltation monitoring has also been done. We have used the various equations. Earlier we used to use the universal soil loss equation USLE, and then recently we have shifted from USLE to Morgan and Morgan-Finney methods, and several reservoirs we have created the current erosion rate or sediment delivery ratio for the various reservoirs, and that kind of studies are also taking place. And we are also doing a good amount of eco sounding surveys, as well as our UAV division is also doing UAV surveys. I will come to that after some time. Another application which we did in Doyang. So this is another application which I would like to highlight. So now coming to the actual flood early warning system, which we have been doing for almost like 12 to 15 years now. So we basically do the hydrological modeling for flood management, and it is for Assam it is operational, and for other states it is in experimental stage. But slowly we are trying to operationalize. At present also our early warning operational activities are going on for Brahmaputra as well as rest of the northeastern region. So there is a two components of this particular activity. One is the component of hydrological modeling, that is basically the rainfall runoff modeling. And then once the runoff is calculated, then we also do the two-dimensional hydrodynamic modeling for inundation forecasting. Our hydrological component is operational, but our hydrodynamic component is not yet operational. So yes.
What are the instructions? Since 10, 12 years, we are in this process of doing this early flood warning system developing. So still we are not reached up to this inundation forecast. What is the main issue that NESAC is facing?
It's a main problem is that the digital elevation model which we are getting, whatever project fund which we get, and as well as whatever project fund is available, and we are not yet able to develop a full-fledged either SAR based data digital elevation model or a LIDAR based digital elevation model, because though SAR is relatively less costly, but LIDAR is extremely costly. So that is why whatever inundation we are doing with open source DEM or some other DEMs which are also of moderate resolution, it is very difficult to do an operational inundation forecasting, because this has got very long, huge implication if anything is not correctly predicted or anything, because this particular inundation modeling monitoring is also towards relief distribution and so many things. So that is why until and unless we are highly sure about our inundation forecasting, as well as, and it is at the same time it is very difficult to validate also, because it is quite not a very difficult task to validate a hydrological event, but it is quite difficult to validate a inundation forecasting event by going to the field. Though the horizontal extent can be validated from the satellite data, but the how much depth of inundation is taking place at what place, that is quite difficult to validate. So these are some of the technical and practical difficulties because of which we are not able to full-fledgedly do it in such a large floodplain like the Brahmaputra. If we want to do it for a small tributary, then it might be possible, but not for the whole of Brahmaputra. Yes.
Basically, one more thing, maybe possibly you may not be facing. Computational capacity is also an issue, because running such a large basin LIDAR data also is a big challenge.
Computational issue is there. Yeah, computational issue is also there, but that is not the prime issue actually, because if we do a lot of augmentation in the hardware capacity, these computational issues can be sorted out. But our issue is basically the topography data.
Okay.
Now, towards irrigation management, we are working under a nationwide project called Accelerated Irrigation Benefit Program. The lead center is our NRSC Hyderabad, and under them we are doing in few of the command areas for the northeastern region. So this is another important project which we are doing. We are mostly monitoring the effectiveness of the canal system which has been created, and we are also finding out what kind of impact the canal system is creating by looking at prior to the scenario and after the implementation scenario, and finding out trying to quantify the impact of the available canal system, and trying to find out the gap areas where more and more canal systems or any other kind of irrigation system could be done. So this is also another important project, and it is a part of the nationwide IWMP Integrated Watershed Management Project, in which NRSC is the lead center for Department of Space, and NESAC is a regional center for Northeastern region. So this is the river atlas which I mentioned. So nothing much to speak about this. So just look at, I would like to draw your attention to these maps, and it is a high resolution because the basin scale maps are at 1:10K resolution, and whatever these layers are there inside the district or inside the basin at the floodplain level, it is in 1:5000 scale mapping. So it is it can replace any reconnaissance survey to be done for any engineering measures, river training works or that kind of work which could be taken up. So that is why Water Resource Department is widely using this particular database currently. But now, since it is already 5 years old, so we are in a position to update the database. Every 5 years, we are planning to update the database. Now in 2026, I think we will be doing another project for total updation of the entire database so that it remains relevant for the remaining for 4 to 5 years. So in this way, we would like to keep, we'll try to keep the geoportal relevant for the
Means
users.
once you complete your other,
Yes. Yes. Yes, please.
once you complete for the other basins, basically talking about some other states, you are also preparing the river basin atlas.
Yeah. It is not only
5,
preparing,
6
it is
other
almost
states.
completed now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, then complete northeastern river atlas we can have.
Yes, you will have, and I personally feel that once this database is available, it will be
Yeah.
of very good use for the master plan preparation also, I feel.
That's why I'm just asking basically. Once it is complete data set is there for the entire northeastern region, obviously that will be a great help for Brahmaputra board while
Definitely.
preparing the master plan.
Yes, sir.
Other-
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Fully agreed. Yeah.
It's a great effort. Yeah.
So this is what, just as an example, we are giving. It is the Lakhimpur district of Assam, and you will appreciate the small district of Lakhimpur is getting discharges from this much area, which is something like more than. It is Subansiri is contributing to there. It is 33,000 square kilometers. Dikrong is 1,778, and the Arunachal is 20. These up to starting from Tibet to China through the Subansiri main channel, the entire this part, the small valley of the Lakhimpur is getting discharged. So this particular database of Assam not only is having whatever is available inside the district, but also if somebody wants to know the origin of a certain basin, that also is possible from this database. I would like to request everyone present in this meeting to kindly visit the database to see what is available there. We are trying our
Very,
best
very
to keep.
informative.
Yes, we are trying to, we are trying a lot to keep the database up, but sometimes the server remains down. So definitely, if you get some time, then maybe next day or next
So
to
is
next day.
this information is in a book form or something dynamic form you are having this information?
No, it is already the River Atlas web portal is riveratlas.nesdr.gov.in. You can just.
Okay, it's a okay.
Yeah, it is available in the this one, and as even the volume as a hard copy volume also, we can give one or two copies to Brahmaputra board also if required.
Yeah, it will be very, very helpful for us. Generally, it's good for us. And I can also visualize the things and tell my
Surely.
colleagues to go through on this portal and do some work. It's very
Yes.
basically your maps and atlas is very, very important.
Yeah. I can hand over one copy each to our Bhaskar Chaudhary as well as Dr. Deka, Director Nihari.
Yeah, we will. You just send a letter to Diganta sir. Request volume of 1 or 2 for this, no?
Fine. That will be best, I think. Yes.
Thank you.
Now you can just appreciate the amount of details that is available in the database, being a 1:5000 scale database. And this is the first time any state of India is having such a detailed database of its river systems. So
Yeah.
not only the mapping part, but also we are tried our level best to incorporate whatever information was available from the field offices of the Water Resources Department by visiting them. Actually it was a huge exercise of 3.5 years, and we could finally, even the embankment, around 4,500 kilometers of embankment is also covered in this database. And the embankments, when, the year of construction, how much is the length, so many things we have tried to put. So you will get this database in a district wise form in the hard copy volume.
Yes, yes. Very nice data.
So you can see these are the various districts in the hard copy volume, which we have Jorhat, Vishwanath. Is it getting changed as a slide?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So Hojai, Karbi Anglong, Dima Hasao, all the states of the Assam has been covered under this particular database. Sorry, all the districts.
Yes.
So the highlight of the Assam River Atlas is, this is the volume I am referring to, which I am planning to hand over a few copies to Brahmaputra board. And it was released by the Honorable Chief Secretary of Assam in 2021. So total 264 maps of A0 and A3 are combined. User-friendly River Atlas portal. This is the portal. We have tried to make it responsive both in Android as well as in Apple iOS, so that people can visualize this portal even in their mobile phones also. So that is the highlight of the output, what have been generated. So the outcome and impact of this particular project is, it is a single window river baseline database for the field engineers and staff working in Brahmaputra and Barak river valleys. Input for execution of planning of river restoration works by WRD divisions, and accurate and authentic river information system in geospatial domain, and potential base for embedding a full-fledged water resource information system for Assam. So if we include various close water bodies like lake, ponds and all those things, this particular database has the potential of becoming the water resource information system of Assam. That is
Yeah.
that we can think of in future.
Sure.
So now coming to the flood early warning system, I think just to give you a brief idea about what is that, this is called WRF. It is the weather resource forecast model. It is basically a numerical weather prediction model. And from there, we forecast the rainfall, and that particular rainfall forecast comes into the hydrological model, where we are using the HACK HMS system basically. And based on the hydrographs that is generated, and keeping looking at the historical threshold for a particular river of this warning level, danger level or high flood level, we used to decide whether to issue the alert or not. So this is in a nutshell the basic overall workflow for decision making under flood early warning system for Assam. So
Similar,
yeah,
the because of similar kind of flood forecasting is
yes,
being done. Obviously, Central Water Commission is not doing model-based flood forecasting still in
yes,
River.
yeah,
Still, they are doing the gauge-to-gauge
gauge
correlation
to
kind.
gauge correlation, yes.
So, do we do this your forecast basically? Maybe 2 or 3 days forecast you are doing, or 7 days.
No, no, no. Our forecast is, our best possible lead time is 48 hours, and
Okay,
minimum lead time is 24 hours. So
24.
our basic user for this particular project is Assam State Disaster Management Authority. They only receives our early warnings, and accordingly they distribute the early warnings to the concerned district and revenue circles.
What is the accuracy of this forecasting system?
Accuracy, there are, you see, there are two types of accuracy. One is a partial accuracy, one is a partial success. I'll come to that statistics very soon in
Yeah.
my subsequent slide. But since you have asked the question, I'd like to reply. That is, we generally analyze our results into three categories. One is called failure, one is
Yeah.
called partial success, one is called absolute success. What are the definitions? Are basically, failure is means that we have alerted and no such hydrological condition happened after our alert, and we have not alerted but some flooding has already happened. So
Yeah.
in both these scenarios we consider it as our failure. And secondly, the partial success is basically we alerted and we could achieve lead time of minimum 24 to 48 hours, but because of a resilient embankment system or whatever, though there was a rise of water level after our alert was issued, but still inundation has not happened. So in that case, we generally consider it as a partial success. And absolute success is that we have alerted, we have achieved lead time, at the same time inundation has been reported from the ground. So in these are the three scenarios. I will come to the most of the time the yearly percentage of these three scenarios about our thing. I'll just one second. Before coming to that, I'd like to say that these are our dissemination mode. There is a web portal called flues.ner.gov.in. There you will get our current alerts in various colors like yellow, blue, based on the severity which we give the alert.
So basically, we can say this your flood forecasting system is
Yes.
in synergy with CWC Central Water Commission forecasting system, or a similar kind of thing. Whether it is
No,
given
our
already.
basically our system is a our system the alert is given in revenue circle level, but whether the in the CWC they give the their forecasting station based alert.
Yes.
So the thing is that the person sitting in the deputy commissioner's office, they find our alert little more actionable than them, but most of the time they use both the alerts together, and so we can say that our alerts are complementary to each other.
Okay. ठीक है.
Yeah. So that's how we validate our alert. These are the Asdama flood reports. So that is why we decide, suppose today we have issued an alert, and maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we get a report from the Assam State Disaster Management Authority like this, flood reported. That means it can be, it should be, if we have achieved the lead time, then it is an absolute success. And if the flood has happened before our alert, it is a failure. So similarly, if no flood has been reported, but there has been a rise of water level has been reported, then it is a partial success. So that's how we used to validate and decide our accuracy for that particular event.
Okay.
So that's how in the these are the success scenarios. Basically, if we see the 2023 statistics, that is the between the 1st of May to 15th of October, we could achieve 65% absolute success, 22% partial success, and our failures were around 13%. So these are our basically, that's how most of the time it remains between 80 to 90% of partial and absolute combined, and between 10 to 15% of failures are always there. So for water harvesting, I think I have already spoken about. Then the overall methodology for this water harvesting structure, that site identification is generally we do satellite data along with the digital elevation model. Together we used to give a overlay analytical hierarchy process weighted analysis to find out the suitable places for construction of these check dams. So these are the total 1828 sites and location has been identified for potential construction of water harvesting structures in Meghalaya. So Meghalaya government is widely using this database and they are very happy about it. The feedbacks can be taken from them also by Brahmaputra board if needed. This can be a very useful database for micro level planning of Brahmaputra board.
Yes, yes. Basically, is there any criteria for this water harvesting structures? Any surface area you just take as a criteria, or because you are just mentioning 1828 sites you have located? Obviously, there may be some criteria of size.
Criteria is there, but I think I can come back to you on that because
Okay.
since it's a large presentation today,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that is
Okay.
why. But definitely I will come back on this.
Sure, sure, sure. We
Yeah.
will discuss.
Fine. Yes. So that's how the suitable sites are given. This particular, these are some these are some shape files of the rivers, and accordingly the actual field photographs which were verified to find out the major discharge carrying channel for those small water retention structures. So it's actually a very large project. Government of Mizoram and government of Nagaland is also requesting for a similar project in line with the Meghalaya project.
My interest was there in this basically. because
Yeah.
we received a BIP reference from Mizoram government.
Yes,
So they
yes.
trying to identify, not just identify, basically identify and preparation of DPR for the water harvesting structures for
Yeah.
drinking water purposes, basically.
Yeah, that's what in the all the sites that were ranging from 10 hectares to 1448 hectares kind of a area which is contributing water
Yeah,
to the check dam. So it
large,
can it can do a really good in community level
yes.
this water harvesting
So
exercises.
storage capacity also you have calculated in this,
Yes,
or
yes. Storage capacities are calculated. I don't know whether it is.
great set of data, basically. And
It's
so
a great set. It has been appreciated by the Ministry of Water Resource also on this particular exercise. So maybe
it
we can have further discussion on this particular project.
a fairly large enough of, it's a, it's a dam kind of thing then.
Yes, yes. Them kind of thing for small areas.
Yes.
Totally decentralized in nature. And
Yes.
once it is constructed, some of them are already prioritized by the government of Meghalaya, and I think already implementation work has already started.
Yes. Very helpful.
So this is another project which we are doing. We are trying to, just like you have asked about our what will happen if China releases water, no? So we have already developed expertise on dealing with releases from the hydropower projects. It is a project given to us by Assam State Disaster Management Authority for three dam projects. One is Ranganadi, one is Doyang, and the third one is Kurichu, where we have used the this spillway release data to find
Yes.
out whatever is going to be the downstream scenario. So
Yes.
this project is already in the completion stage, and I think we are putting certain stations in some places where which are actually the lateral contribution is coming. So that is why we are not able to properly validate the models. So once those stations are installed, I think we will be able to validate and find out the exact scenario library. We actually, the main objective is to create the scenario library for different type of spillway releases during the peak season, so that the downstream people could be protected.
So here you are using fine resolution data in downstream.
Here we are using the Airbus DEM of 50 to 150 centimeter vertical accuracy data. That is why we are able to do. In my subsequent slide, I can, no, it is not there. Okay, anyway, uh, uh, this particular study has already been done. I think if required, if Brahmaputra board is interested, I can make a detailed presentation on this particular project itself.
Sure, because Kurichu used to create a lot of hue and cry, Ranganadi.
Yes,
So
yes,
long
that
I
is
have
what.
never seen Kirichu and Ranganadi. We will
Yeah,
like to, I think, have a presentation on Ranganadi and Kirichu
yeah,
from your
definitely.
side.
Because in Kurichu actually there is a problem we are facing. There are two channels
Yeah.
that is joining the main channel in the downstream of the dam. Okay, so
Yeah.
those channels are Drengmechu and Tongasa. These are two channels. They are creating problem for us because we don't have any station available to quantify the amount of discharge contributing by them. So
Yeah.
simply with the Kurichu release data from the Bhutan authorities, we are not able to find out how much inundation will be created downstream in Barpeta and all these places through the Beki channel and all. So that is why we are government of Assam along with NESAC is we are now planning to put two state of the art station in those two channels, and once they are installed, I think we'll be having a better water budgeting for giving more realistic scenarios in future. So I
Yes.
have very beautiful simulation videos available for all of them, but somehow it is not a part of this current presentation.
No issue. In next knowledge sharing session, we will like to have your presentation, Ranganadi and Kirichu.
Surely we can discuss on that further. So this is a basic methodology of hydrodynamic modeling. Basically, the parameters of Manning's roughness and Coren number is important. So most suitable data is the LIDAR data, but we have understood in recent times that the interferometry based synthetic aperture SAR data is also equally useful like LIDAR, and now currently we are using more SAR data than the LIDAR data because they can be acquisition quite easily. rather than a LIDAR survey. So they are quite lesser also in cost. So that is why we are using more SAR data for our hydrodynamic modeling than LIDAR data as of now. So even for AIR BMP, we are supporting the Assam Water Resources Department, that is the FREMA, for the AIR BMP project by using a similar SAR-based digital elevation model for Buridihing and Beki and Jiadhal. These are the three channels in which we are working for them. So this is basically a simulation video that I wanted to show that this is the inundation simulation. That's how we used to do using a hydrodynamic model for certain discharge scenario and certain duration. So this is a Ranganadi downstream scenario for something like 640 QMax for a duration of more than 25 hours. So slowly, whatever are the inundated places, they are shown in this particular slide. So at the same time, under the FLUES project, we also use the embankment breach monitoring every year and give the report to ASDMA, and in turn they give that report to the Water Resources Department for plugging the breaches for the upcoming flood season. So this is another exercise which we do. Earlier we used to do optical data sets, but since we found that during the flood season, because of the cloud cover, it is very difficult to get optical data sets. So we shifted over to Sentinel synthetic aperture radar data set, for since cloud can penetrate, since radar data can penetrate the cloud. So we now for last few years we are only using radar data for this particular exercise. So it is a brief methodology for finding out the embankment breaches and how does it look. For this 2022 season, we could identify in Dhemaji one breach in Kumotia River. Similarly, Kamrup,
To
Borolia.
previous slide, Diganta sir, can you go to previous slide?
Yes,
Method.
yes. This is how the satellite images is captured, both pre-flood and post-flood. Then the existing embankment shapefile is overlaid on them, and accordingly we found out the breach location from the signatures that is available from the latest satellite data sets. And wherever bright signatures takes place, generally most of them are breaching sites. And but sometime if we are not very sure about the satellite analysis, we used to go to the ground also to verify and accordingly do. It's a very not a very complicated, it is a simple mapping exercise, but it is an important exercise that is done every year.
Yeah. So entire Assam you are doing this?
Yes. We are doing for entire Assam. So every day, every time at the February end or January end or February middle, we used to give the report to Assam State Disaster Management Authorities.
Okay. Great.
So that's how from optical data we can find out the breaches of embankment, and from microwave, microwave is not there. So I'm switching to another application, that is the integrated watershed management project, in which we basically see the various types of water resource management project. We used to monitor their progress using the LIS4 and the Cartosat data sets. It is main data is from SysDP. SysDP stands for Special Database for Decentralized Planning, and that is a nationwide database that is used for all types of management projects, not only for water resource but also other thematic themes like forestry and other urban applications, regional planning, etc. So overall methodology of the IWMP project is basically we collect the micro watershed boundaries from the state level nodal agencies, and similarly verify the essential attributes in the shapefile, and accordingly we modify and fine-tune the micro watershed boundaries and hand over the shapefile to respective state remote sensing and application centers. Basically, we are the nodal center for IWMP activities for the northeastern region, but most of the time we give guidance to the state remote sensing centers. Like in Assam, it is NESAC. Similarly, all the other states are having their own remote sensing centers. Basically, the money is received by NESAC, and the money is distributed to the state remote sensing centers, and they do the work under the guidance of NESAC, and NESAC does the quality checking and finalizing of the report for submission to the ministry. So these are some detailed slides of the IWMP projects. So that's how the projects, various small watershed management project. This is a basically there is a app has been developed for the people who goes to the ground and accordingly take photographs and sends them back to the central server, and accordingly we monitor the entire field monitoring of the IWMP projects is done with this particular management system. So we also geotag the projects. These are some small field photographs of the various IWMP based projects that is done at various places in northeastern region. There is a DISTI app. With this app, we used to take photographs and send it to the central server, and we used to correlate the same two ponds with the satellite data like this. So that's how our people verifies the actual first it is captured in the photograph, and then it is captured in the field also by the field level people of the state government.
So this project you have done for Meghalaya?
No. It is for the entire northeastern region. We are not doing it. It is being done by the state remote sensing centers.
So they will be having their own jurisdiction, basically state wise.
Yeah. Because for Assam it is done by NESAC. Similarly, Meghalaya only we are doing because Meghalaya doesn't have a dedicated remote sensing center because of the presence of NESAC. But all other states like Arunachal, Tripura, Mizoram, Nagaland, all are doing themselves.
Do we have the reports for each and every state?
Yeah, the phase 1 report you might be having. I think you can contact the ASAC, that is our Utpal Sharma. If you contact, then the Assam report you can get from him.
And for Mizoram and
similarly, Mizoram Remote Sensing Application Center, yes.
So they are doing this, I think.
They are doing the phase 2 now. Phase 1 is completed. Phase 2 is just started. It will go to 2029.
Only they have done the identification of critical area, or they are involving the interventions also, because you are just saying, no, you are just making ponds and other things.
No. Even the first there was various phases of this particular project. Actually, in the phase 1, they have done the partially. They have identified the areas where water resources project should be taken up. At the same time, up to some extent, they have implemented also with the help of the state government. And in the phase 2, I think some new areas are being covered. Actually, I am not the principal investigator of the project, so one of my colleague is taking care. So we can further discuss on that. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, sure. We will have a discussion with him.
So this is also it's a comparative assessment of the land use land cover between various. We also do the monitoring, dynamic monitoring of the changes in land use land cover under this national level mapping project. So similarly, another project has been done. We have identified this project was given from Home Minister only. So to find out some specific areas for rejuvenation of the dying wetlands for water management in Assam. So that particular project has been also completed. We have identified 271 wetlands in entire northeastern region for the similar for diversion of the flood flow. But that is purely based on the geospatial technology. But some government and Department of Irrigation has taken some of them for field level pre-feasibility studies. So this is also another important project that has been completed recently. So these are the wetland map of Assam. So I'm just coming to the end almost.
Yeah.
These are some of the wetlands that were identified. We have named them as W158, and accordingly the numbers have been given. So even Arunachal and Assam have taken this output very seriously, and even the other states are also doing small work based on the findings, and they are trying to find out whether in field feasibility they are studying based on the findings of NESAC. So that's how some of the even bathymetry profile of also some of the wetlands have been identified, and see how much water can be stored and all such things.
Can we have this report, Diganta sir?
Yeah, you can have it. I think yes, you can send a separate letter for this particular report if you want.
Okay, so we can address to you.
No, you can address to this one. The River Atlas you can address to me because I am the principal investigator of the project. But this one you can address to this one, Director NESAC.
Okay.
So we are doing a lot with UAV drone activities also. We have a full-fledged drone division. So we are doing different types of mapping with drone. I'll show some of the applications what has been done. This embankment profiling we are doing using the drone. So longitudinal profile has been done at the Pratapgarh bridge to Bangladesh border. So this was, I think, this was the requirement of some border organizations, and that was done by us. You see, that's the cross section of a embankment was done with the help of, by processing the data that is captured by our UAVs.
So entire Tripura you are doing for all 10 river basins or just one or particular river?
Which
Whichever.
Tripura? Ah, yes, this one.
Yeah.
No. A certain section based on the requirement of the user. I
Okay.
think there was some construction related activities or some repair work, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So it was done, not the entire. It will be a huge exercise if we need to do all throughout the amendment. At present, we are having both quadcopter as well as fixed wing aircraft. So we are.
For for Assam, I think this embankment assets management kind of thing, they are under process, no? It has been done
It
by
is.
NESAC.
No. It is done at present under AIR BMP project. FREMA is doing with the consultants from the World Bank. I am
So
also a
basically,
member. I am also a member of that group, but NESAC is not preparing any input for that.
they are collecting by their own or they are involving NESAC or some other agency.
No, they are. I think you might be knowing that some of the agencies like RMSI are common between both Brahmaputra board as well as Prema.
Mm. Okay, okay,
So I am a common factor in both the meetings, so I know that.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Because we have been entrusted this work basically by ministry to
Huh.
maintain this embankment management, asset management kind of thing we have to do
I
for
think
entire eastern
I
state. So
I think
obviously, few state are.
since your office is closely located with Frema, I think you can have some discussion with Bhaskar Das. You will be able to know if there is any duplicacy that is going to happen.
Yes, yes, sure, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this is one project which we did again for NIPCO actually, because NIPCO is planning to do some sediment flushing kind of activity in future. So that is why they wanted to know the bathymetry of the Doyang hydroelectric reservoir. And there was two components. One is that underwater component, and second one is the overwater component of the bathymetry. So we join hand with our sister center of IRS Dehradun, and together we did this particular study. So we have done the UAV component, and the eco sounder component was done by IRS Dehradun, and together we mapped the entire bathymetry of the Doyang HEP reservoir and submitted to them. So this is another project which we have completed for the Northeastern Electric Power Corporation. So that's how that's how the topography of the entire reservoir has been mapped using eco sounders, and as well as UAV topographic products. So similar projects will come for other reservoirs also in future. So
No,
eco sounding, that's how actually basically we tried to find out the area capacity elevation curve after the bathymetry was created, and we
yeah.
could generate these curves for their use to find out how much active life is left or how much sediment flushing needs to be done to retain some of the live load, which was there during the construction, and now they have been filled with sediments. So whatever are the small sediment sizes, they could be flashed out through mechanical steering and that kind of activities. But the bigger pebbles and boulders will not be able to flash out. So I think based on these findings, I think they will plan some fleshing out activities in future. Just 1 second. So similar reservoir siltation study was done for the Dumbur Reservoir in Tripura. This is the methodology. And these are micro watershed prioritization also we did from the perspective of soil loss. So these are small projects which our division is doing based on the request from various government departments. So similarly, the reservoir capacity monitoring is done, as I have explained already. Check dam site selection also is done. Snowmelt runoff modeling also we are doing for Arunachal and Sikkim in some extent, and we are also a part of the national committee for the glacier monitoring in both Arunachal and Sikkim. So basin-wise hypsometric curve, hypsometric integral also we are trying to find out for various kind of water resources projects. So these are the snow impact areas and change detection of snow availability, and it is a direct indicator of global warming. That these are the studies that are going on in research mode actually in our center, in our division. So these are basically we are using the green and shortwave infrared band to find out the normalized difference snow index for various places in Arunachal Pradesh. So flow simulation and comparison we are doing. So these are our collaborating departments. We are collaborating with State Disaster Management Authority in a big way. Northeastern Council is one of our funding agency. Northeastern Electric Power Corporation is another collaborating agency. Water Resource Departments, mostly Sikkim, Meghalaya and Assam we are closely working with. Similarly, FREMA, we are working in the ARBMP project, NPMU, SPMU, National Hydrology Project. We have developed the Sikkim Water Resource Information System. We have given a very beautiful name to it, SWARA. And accordingly, Central Water Commission also we are working. And Northeastern Nihari also sometimes we use for capacity building initiative from the invitation of Dr. Deka and all. We are sometimes taking lectures from for their training programs. And state remote sensing centers are our direct partners. And integrated IRADE is a New Delhi based organization. They have also done quite a lot of work with us. Similarly, we are working with NDMA and State PWD Soil and Water Conservation Department. I think these are our collaborating departments which we are doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Barman Saab. It's very insightful presentation. Basically, one query I have basically not regarding your presentation.
Yes.
Since we are started doing spring set management activity in Brahmaputra Ward recently, not
Yes.
I think 4 or 5 years we have started this activity, and as per the mandate given by the ministry, we have to take it further, scale it up in entire state. Basically, I want to know basically, can you do some this study kind of thing, because one uh, census is going on for identification of these springs in northeastern India. Throughout India, it is being done. So, can remote sensing can be helpful for this identification or very this springs and other things and interventions where it is required? Can we do it?
No, actually, spring shed is basically hydrogeological mapping. So that is why spring shed identification is a very complicated matter, because most of the springs are below the ground, and finally we are associated only. We can see the outlet only most of the times, and that is why these remote sensing cannot do entirely. It is a combination of maybe the outlets as a point information can be found out from remote sensing, definitely with high resolution data. But in Northeast there is a problem, because most of the time streams are covered under these canopy covers, and because of that also it is difficult to get through. But with the use of remote sensing data, the point information of the spring outlets can be definitely identified. But delineation of the spring shed is to be done through hydrogeological mapping only. So it can, I think something like 20 to 30% only can be contributed from the remote sensing. That is my viewpoint.
ओके ओके, थैंक यू वर्मन साहब, बहुत ही सुंदर और बहुत ही इंसाइटफुल प्रेजेंटेशन आपने दिया। काफ़ी
Thank you.
इंफॉर्मेशन हम लोगों को, बहुत नई चीज़ों के बारे में भी पता चला हमें।
Yeah,
और
maybe some of the projects we can discuss even further in the upcoming board meetings, as well as some other
Yes.
knowledge sharing platforms also.
Basically your water harvesting structures, and one more thing was there that was very good from our point of view, this watershed management projects and other things. So we will look forward for your, I think, continuous presence in our knowledge sharing sessions. That is upcoming knowledge sharing sessions. So we can do that. And one more presentation we can do have this Kurichu and your Ranga Nadi,
Okay.
where you have done some simulation and other thing for this flood effects of this releases from Ranga Nadi and Kurichu.
True.
So 3-4 presentations are line up, I think. So you please give your time for Brahmaputra board officials. They can be enlightened, and we will very happy to listen from you. Thank you very much.
We can sort out. Yeah, fine. Yes.
Thank you, sir. So now we close our program.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah.